Silence of the stars. Space, an endless sea of darkness, broken only by the flickering light of stars scattered across the vast void. We look up at the night sky and gaze upon billions of distant suns, galaxies, and planets. Yet in this vast expanse, we find ourselves asking one simple question: where is everyone? For centuries, humankind has been searching for answers. We have built powerful telescopes, sent radio signals into the stars, and even ventured into space ourselves. We've wondered, are we the only ones here? But despite all our efforts, the silence persists. No answers, no voices, just the void. The Fermi paradox. In 1950, the famous physicist Enrico Fermi posed a simple yet profound question. Where is everybody? If the universe is as vast as we believe, and if life is as probable as we think, why haven't we detected any signs of extraterrestrial civilizations? Where are the radio signals? Why haven't we received messages from distant, technologically advanced species? This became known as the Fermi paradox, and it has haunted scientists ever since. Over the years, many theories have emerged to explain the silence. Perhaps alien civilizations are just too far away. Maybe they're using technologies that are far beyond our comprehension, hidden in ways that we cannot detect. Or maybe they're simply waiting for the right moment to reveal themselves. But there's another theory, one that's darker and more unsettling than the rest. What if the reason we haven't heard from anyone is because they are silent by choice? The dark forest theory. This theory, known as the dark forest theory, offers a chilling explanation for the cosmic silence. Imagine the universe as a vast and dark forest, where every civilization is like a hunter, quietly moving through the trees. In this forest, every sound you make, every signal you send, could attract the attention of something far more dangerous than you. In this dark forest, every civilization is both a potential predator and prey. The goal is survival, and survival means staying hidden. The theory suggests that the reason advanced civilizations remain silent is because they understand a simple truth. If they reveal themselves, they might be destroyed. Imagine this. You're a hunter in a dark forest. You don't know who or what is out there, but you know that if you reveal your position, someone might take advantage of it. The logical choice is to stay quiet and remain hidden, blending into the environment. The same applies to civilizations in the cosmos. The universe may be teeming with life, but the danger of revealing yourself to a potentially hostile civilization is simply too great. Why silence is survival. Survival in the universe doesn't depend on how advanced you are or how powerful your technology is. It depends on your ability to stay hidden from others. The vast majority of civilizations, the theory argues, would follow the principle of silence. By remaining quiet, they avoid attracting attention and the potential threat of annihilation. If civilizations do make contact, it's often not to share knowledge or form alliances. It's to ensure their own survival. The first to speak, the first to reveal their location, could be the first to be destroyed. This is why, according to the dark forest theory, silence is the most logical and safest choice. It's not a matter of alien hostility, it's a matter of self-preservation. And perhaps we are just not ready to understand the truth. Humanity's recklessness. On Earth, we've been broadcasting our presence to the universe for decades. Our radio signals, our television broadcasts, even our military communications, all of it has been leaking into space. We've sent messages into the void, hoping to hear back from extraterrestrial civilizations. But what if this broadcasting is a mistake? Our relentless attempts to communicate with the cosmos may seem harmless or even brave, but in the context of the dark forest theory, they might be reckless. We are, in effect, broadcasting our position to a universe that may be far more dangerous than we can imagine. We have no idea what kind of civilizations might be listening. Some may be peaceful, but others could be hostile. By making ourselves known, we risk attracting the attention of a civilization that sees us as a threat or even as a resource to be exploited. The idea that we might be unknowingly inviting danger with our broadcasts is a sobering thought. The dark forest rule. The dark forest theory proposes that the universe is a dangerous place, and in order to survive, civilizations must follow a simple rule: hide or perish. This is not a choice, but a necessity. Every civilization, no matter how advanced, must constantly weigh the risks of being detected. In this cosmic forest, the moment you reveal yourself, you become a potential target. Whether it's through a loud radio signal, an overly ambitious attempt at space exploration, or any other form of communication, revealing your location is a dangerous gamble. The logical choice for the vast majority of civilizations is to remain silent. The Great Silence. So why are we still searching for alien signals? The truth may be simpler than we think. Perhaps the silence isn't a cosmic accident, but a cosmic strategy. Perhaps, like us, other civilizations are hiding. Not because they're weak or afraid, but because they're playing the only game that matters: survival. As we continue to search for extraterrestrial life, we may one day realize that the silence we hear is not a lack of activity, but a form of intelligence. In a universe that may be filled with dangers beyond our comprehension, the quiet stars may be the safest place to be, the hunters in the dark forest. In the vast expanse of space, we imagine the stars as twinkling beacons, inviting us to explore. But as the dark forest theory suggests, these stars might not be friendly signposts beckoning us to come closer. Rather, they could be warning signals, silent yet powerful reminders of the dangers that lie ahead. Every civilization in the cosmos may be acting like a hunter in a dark, uncharted forest, creeping silently, afraid to make any noise. Because the moment they reveal themselves, they expose their existence to unknown forces that might consider them threats. So, what does this mean for us as we continue to search for alien life? The evolution of paranoia. To understand this, we need to think about the evolution of intelligence itself. Imagine being an alien civilization, intelligent enough to build spacefaring technologies capable of reaching out to other civilizations. But after considering the implications of this reach, one question would dominate every decision. Is it worth the risk? When faced with the possibility of interacting with another species, an advanced civilization would likely need to evaluate the potential risks. If they don't know whether the other civilization has peaceful intentions or is potentially hostile, their response might be simple: stay hidden. In evolutionary terms, this paranoia would be ingrained. Over millions of years, civilizations would evolve to prioritize survival over curiosity. The survival instinct would not just protect them from physical harm, but also shape their technological and social structures. Trust would be a luxury, and in the cosmos, trust could be deadly. The cosmic game of trust. This brings us to a critical aspect of the dark forest theory: the idea that the universe itself is a vast game of trust. If you think of the universe as a giant board, each civilization is a player who must carefully decide whether to cooperate or go it alone. But here's the catch: no one can be certain of the other player's intentions. Let's imagine two civilizations. One might be entirely benevolent, wanting nothing more than to share knowledge and explore the cosmos peacefully. The other might view the first civilization as a potential rival, a competitor for resources, space, and survival. In a situation like this, cooperation could quickly devolve into competition. Both civilizations might end up viewing each other as a threat. This is the core of the dark forest theory. In a universe where the stakes are life and death, you cannot afford to trust others until you are certain of their intentions. And since you can never be entirely certain, it's safer to remain silent and avoid making any moves that could be perceived as an invitation for confrontation. The need for resources. As civilizations grow more advanced, their need for resources becomes more pressing. Just like on Earth, where nations fight over land, water, and energy, extraterrestrial civilizations would likely seek out resources to fuel their expansion. However, this quest for resources might not be peaceful. The universe, after all, is not infinite. There are finite resources, and the more advanced a civilization becomes, the more it needs to sustain its technological empire. Imagine a powerful alien civilization that has mastered interstellar travel, but now it's running out of resources in its home system. It looks outward, searching for new worlds to conquer, new resources to exploit. In this scenario, a less advanced, peaceful civilization in the vicinity might be seen as an easy target, a resource to be taken or destroyed. The dark forest theory suggests that this is the unfortunate reality that all advanced civilizations face. Resources are scarce, and every potential competitor could be a threat. The only way to ensure survival is to eliminate threats before they can become a danger, and this includes not revealing your existence to anyone. The role of technological advancement. In the cosmic wilderness, technology is both a shield and a weapon. But what happens when technological advancements outpace the moral development of a civilization? When civilizations build the capacity to destroy entire planets but fail to develop the wisdom to understand the consequences of their actions? The dark forest theory suggests that as civilizations grow more technologically advanced, they might inadvertently become more paranoid. The ability to destroy entire planets, for example, might prompt civilizations to develop preemptive strike strategies. If they can destroy others before they are destroyed themselves, they may feel safer. However, this escalation of destructive power only adds to the cosmic tension. What we are witnessing then may be the beginning of a long evolutionary path where technological advancements, rather than fostering collaboration, drive civilizations to isolate themselves further. They may develop communication technologies, but only to monitor the universe, to scan for threats. They may develop weapons of mass destruction, but only to deter any potential aggressors. All of this reinforces the idea that silence is not just a matter of choice, it is an essential survival mechanism. The Great Filter, a barrier to communication. But there's another troubling implication of the dark forest theory, the possibility of the Great Filter. This concept refers to a hypothetical barrier that prevents civilizations from advancing to a point where they can interact with each other. According to the Great Filter hypothesis, the universe may be full of life, but the vast majority of civilizations never make it past certain stages of development. The Great Filter could be anything from natural disasters to self-destruction through warfare, environmental collapse, or the inability to manage the risks of technology. The reason we haven't heard from any alien civilizations could be because they all failed to make it past the Great Filter. They didn't survive long enough to make contact. Alternatively, the Great Filter could be something that exists beyond our current understanding. Perhaps the very act of reaching out, of trying to communicate with others, is itself a dangerous step. A civilization might reach a point where they are technologically capable of contacting others, but they never do because they understand the inherent dangers. They realize that the universe, in all its vastness, is simply too dangerous for open communication. In this sense, the Great Filter might not just be a physical or technological challenge, it could be a psychological and philosophical barrier, one that forces civilizations to question whether they should ever reach out. A universe in suspense. The idea that advanced civilizations remain silent is a deeply unsettling one. It suggests that the universe is not a place of peace and cooperation, but a vast, dark wilderness where every civilization is a potential threat to every other. The silence we hear in the cosmos may not be the absence of life, but rather a sign that the universe is filled with civilizations that understand the dangers of being heard. As we continue to search the stars, we may find more planets that could host life. We may even develop technologies capable of detecting alien signals or reaching distant worlds. But in the back of our minds, we must ask ourselves, if there are civilizations out there, are they truly silent because they don't exist, or because they know better than to speak? And if the latter is true, then the real question becomes, are we ready to face the consequences of revealing ourselves? The future of humanity in the dark forest. As we consider the vast silence of space, it's easy to assume that perhaps we are alone in the universe. But the dark forest theory compels us to rethink this assumption. What if we're not alone, but the reason we hear nothing, the reason the universe seems so eerily quiet, is because all the other civilizations out there are hiding from us, just as we might one day need to hide from them? As humans, we have always sought to expand our reach, to explore the stars and make our mark in the cosmos. We've sent probes into deep space. We've developed powerful telescopes to peer into distant galaxies, and we've even launched signals into the void, hoping to catch the attention of any alien civilizations that might be out there. But the more we learn, the more we begin to realize the potential dangers that come with this ambition. What if, in our search for life beyond Earth, we're unknowingly walking into a cosmic trap. The dangers of revealing ourselves. One of the most unsettling aspects of the dark forest theory is that it suggests the very act of revealing our existence could be dangerous. The universe, as the theory proposes, is not a peaceful place where civilizations band together for mutual benefit. Instead, it's a place filled with potentially hostile players, each one trying to survive and protect its own interests. Imagine this. We send a signal into the void, a beacon of our existence, hoping to make contact with an alien species. To us, it's an invitation for communication, a chance to learn from others who may have traveled farther and learn more than we ever could on our own. But to an alien civilization, this could be seen as a threat, a potential rival in an already dangerous and competitive universe. It's a chilling thought, but the dark forest theory suggests that this is the reality we may face. By revealing our presence, we expose ourselves to the possibility that a more advanced civilization could see us as a competitor, a resource to be exploited, or worse, a potential threat to their survival. And in the cold, dark vastness of space, where there is no immediate consequence for taking drastic action, the safest course of action might be to eliminate any perceived threat before it becomes too powerful to handle. Survival in the dark forest. For a civilization, especially one as young as ours, survival becomes a priority. In the grand scheme of things, we are mere infants in the cosmic timeline. The Earth has been around for billions of years, yet human civilization has only existed for a fraction of that time. We've barely scratched the surface of understanding the universe, and yet we're already striving to reach out, to make our presence known. But this ambition might be our undoing. In the dark forest, it's not just about technological advancement or strength. It's about staying hidden, staying silent. The civilization that can stay undetected is the one that survives. The ones who make noise, who try to communicate or reveal their location, are the ones who risk annihilation. For humanity, this raises an uncomfortable question. Should we stop trying to make contact with other civilizations? Should we cease our attempts to explore deep space, to reach out to extraterrestrial intelligence? And if not, what precautions should we take to ensure that our curiosity doesn't lead to our destruction? The paradox of exploration. Humanity is inherently curious, and this curiosity has driven us to explore the Earth, the oceans, the sky, and more recently, space. Our space exploration programs are a testament to our desire to push beyond the known and into the unknown. Yet as we venture further into space, we encounter a paradox. On one hand, space exploration is a natural extension of our curiosity and our desire to expand our horizons. We want to know what's out there. We want to understand the universe and our place in it. But on the other hand, the more we learn about space, the more we realize the risks involved. Each time we send a signal into space or a probe to another planet, we might be inviting an alien civilization to find us. And that could be a dangerous invitation. This paradox is the essence of the dark forest theory. We long for connection, but connection could come with deadly consequences. Our curiosity could be our greatest strength, but it could also lead to our downfall. Technological isolation, a double-edged sword. In the context of the dark forest theory, technology becomes a double-edged sword. On one hand, our technological advancements are what allow us to explore space, send signals, and gather information from the stars. But on the other hand, our technological prowess also makes us more detectable. The more advanced our technology becomes, the more likely we are to reveal our location to potential cosmic predators. The development of new technologies, such as radio waves, powerful telescopes, and interstellar probes, makes it easier for us to see out into the universe. But it also makes it easier for others to see us. The very tools that we use to explore the cosmos might be the ones that expose us to potential dangers. In this sense, our technological progress could be accelerating us toward a moment of cosmic contact, and perhaps a moment of cosmic conflict. But it's not just about detecting alien life, it's also about the potential for other civilizations to develop the same technologies we have. If there are advanced civilizations out there, they might be developing the same kinds of technology that we are, with similar desires for exploration and discovery. The question then becomes, who will find whom first? If an alien civilization detects our signals, it might see us as a potential rival, an emerging threat that needs to be dealt with swiftly. In a universe where survival is the ultimate goal, the best defense might be to take preemptive action and destroy any potential rivals before they become too powerful. The silence of the cosmos, a necessary evil. So, what does this mean for the future of humanity? Will we forever remain silent, hiding in the shadows of space, fearing the consequences of revealing ourselves to others? Or will we continue to explore, to push forward with our search for knowledge, despite the risks? In some ways, the silence of the cosmos might be a necessary evil. If we are to survive in the universe, we might need to adopt a strategy of silence, of remaining hidden until we are sure that it is safe to reach out. This would require us to rethink our entire approach to space exploration, to be more cautious and calculated in how we make our presence known. But there's also hope. The silence of the cosmos doesn't necessarily mean that we are doomed. It might simply be a reflection of the fact that we are not alone, and that the universe is filled with civilizations that are just as afraid, just as cautious as we are. The key to surviving in the dark forest could be to understand that we are not the only ones hiding. Everyone is hiding. The long road ahead. In the end, the future of humanity in the cosmos remains uncertain. The dark forest theory presents us with a grim reality, but it also challenges us to think about our place in the universe. Are we ready to face the dangers of revealing ourselves? Or will we continue to play the role of the hunter, silently waiting for the right moment to strike? Perhaps the true answer lies somewhere in between. We must explore, but we must also be cautious. We must reach out, but we must do so with great care. The universe may be a dark and hostile place, but it is also a place of endless possibility. If we are to survive, we must learn to navigate its complexities, and just maybe, we will find that we are not as alone as we thought. The path forward, a cautious hope. As we come to the end of this cosmic journey, it's important to reflect on the fundamental implications of the dark forest theory for humanity. The universe, as we have learned, is a vast and mysterious place, full of unknowns, filled with both possibilities and dangers. The silence that surrounds us, the eerie quiet of space, may not necessarily mean that we are alone, but it could be the result of a deeper, more existential truth. We are not the only ones hiding. As we stare up at the night sky, we may wonder, why haven't we heard from extraterrestrial civilizations? Where are they? The dark forest theory suggests that the answer lies in the survival instincts of intelligent species. Perhaps in a universe where dangers lurk at every corner, silence is not just a passive result, but an active strategy of survival. Civilizations that are too loud, too eager to make contact, might be setting themselves up for disaster, attracting the attention of others who see them as a threat, or worse, as prey. For humanity, this presents a terrifying yet fascinating prospect. If other civilizations out there are playing a game of cosmic hide-and-seek, where the goal is survival rather than connection, we are faced with a stark reality. We may have to learn to be just as cautious, just as silent in our search for life beyond Earth. In many ways, our fate may not lie in our technological achievements or in the discovery of extraterrestrial life. Instead, it may depend on how well we adapt to the complexities of the dark forest. How we learn to survive in a universe that may be brimming with both opportunities and dangers. The cost of curiosity. Humanity's natural curiosity has driven us to explore our surroundings since the dawn of civilization. We've sent humans to the moon, launched probes to distant planets, and even transmitted radio signals into the vast expanse of space, hoping to find another civilization that might respond. Our longing for connection, for answers, is a deep-rooted part of who we are. But in the context of the dark forest theory, this curiosity may come at a steep price. Every signal we send out into space, every message we broadcast increases the chances of being detected. This is where our ambition to explore can turn into a potential risk. We may want to connect with others, to find those who share our longing for knowledge. But we also expose ourselves to the possibility that we may be signaling our location to entities who view us as potential threats. The more we explore, the more we reveal about ourselves. And in a universe where every civilization is desperately trying to ensure its own survival, that knowledge can be dangerous. As we think about our future in the cosmos, we must weigh the cost of our curiosity. The search for knowledge has always been a driving force behind human progress. But in a universe where life may be more dangerous than we initially thought, is our curiosity our greatest strength, or is it our greatest weakness? A new approach to space exploration. So, what should humanity do next? Do we abandon our dreams of space exploration, of seeking out other civilizations, just to protect ourselves from potential dangers? Or do we continue our search, knowing that we might one day face an adversary far more advanced than we are? The answer, it seems, lies somewhere in the balance between caution and curiosity. The dark forest theory doesn't necessarily call for the abandonment of our aspirations. It calls for a new approach, one that takes into account the complex and potentially hostile nature of the universe. If we are to explore the cosmos, we must do so with the understanding that every step we take could have consequences. It's not enough to just explore for exploration's sake. We must also consider the potential risks and develop strategies to protect ourselves, just as we would protect ourselves from any threat here on Earth. We can continue to search for life, but perhaps in ways that are less intrusive, less obvious. Rather than sending loud signals into space, we could focus on more subtle methods of exploration, such as listening for distant communications rather than broadcasting our own. We could aim to learn from the silence of space rather than trying to pierce it with our own voices. In the same way that certain species on Earth have evolved to thrive in their environments by blending in, we may need to evolve our approach to space exploration in a way that allows us to survive in this vast, uncharted territory. The potential of silent exploration. One of the most compelling aspects of the dark forest theory is the idea that silence is not just a defensive measure, but it may also be an opportunity for us to learn in a different way. Instead of seeking out direct communication with alien civilizations, we can turn our attention to the study of cosmic signals, the faint whispers of the universe. These might be signals from distant stars, cosmic phenomena, or even distant civilizations that have learned to communicate in ways we cannot yet understand. The universe is full of hidden clues and mysteries. If we adopt a mindset of quiet exploration, we might uncover answers not through loud, obvious signals, but through the subtle, delicate traces that have been left behind by ancient civilizations, cosmic events, or even the natural rhythms of the universe. There is much to be learned from the silence itself, much to be discovered in the quiet gaps between the stars. This approach may not bring instant results, but it could provide a safer and more sustainable way to navigate the universe. By quietly observing, listening, and learning from the cosmos, we may find ourselves on a path toward survival, rather than toward potential annihilation. Humanity's place in the universe, a moment of reflection. As we reach the end of this journey, it's worth taking a moment to reflect on humanity's place in the vast expanse of the universe. The dark forest. Theory has challenged us to rethink our assumptions about life beyond Earth and about the nature of existence itself. We've come to understand that the universe may not be the peaceful, cooperative place we once imagined it to be. Instead, it may be a hostile environment where every civilization is struggling to survive. But this understanding doesn't have to be a cause for despair. In fact, it should inspire a new sense of purpose. We are not the only ones trying to survive. We are part of a larger cosmic drama, one that has been playing out for billions of years. The fact that we have made it this far, despite all the odds stacked against us, is a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of the human spirit. Perhaps in the end, the greatest lesson we can take from the dark forest theory is the need for humility. We are small players in a vast and uncertain universe. Our survival will depend not just on our technological advances or our desire to make contact with alien civilizations, but on our ability to understand the risks and navigate the darkness with caution, wisdom, and respect for the unknown. In conclusion, a cautious hope for the future. The universe is a mysterious and dangerous place, but it is also a place of great possibility. The dark forest theory forces us to confront the possibility that we are not alone, and that the silence of space may not be because there is no life, but because other civilizations are hiding, just as we may need to do one day. But even in the face of these potential dangers, we should not give up hope. Humanity's future in the cosmos may depend on our ability to navigate the complexities of the dark forest. We may not have all the answers, and the road ahead may be filled with challenges. But by embracing a cautious approach to exploration, we can ensure that we are ready for whatever lies ahead. Our curiosity and our desire for connection may one day lead us to discover the greatest mysteries of the universe. But for now, silence might just be the key to our survival. In the end, survival in the dark forest doesn't mean abandoning exploration. It means exploring with wisdom, caution, and an understanding that not all things are meant to be discovered immediately. The cosmos is a vast and complex place, and we are but a small part of its grand story. How we write the next chapter will depend on the choices we make today. If you enjoy this journey space and time possibility, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, till looking up, the universe is waiting.